For years, I was using this interface and recording on Logic, and I was getting frustrated with the latency. Latency is a slight delay that happens between the microphone going through the cable, through all the circuitry in the computer. And it's a slight delay, which makes it really tough to record and engineer. If you're just an engineer and not playing anything, that's not an issue. But if you're engineering yourself, it made it very tough. So I started using this 8-track and dumping it onto Logic to master. And this was great because it has 2 built-in condenser mics, but it also has XLR inputs if you want to use microphones. And this was a lot of fun. But the 8 tracks was a little bit limiting, so I was looking for something like this on steroids, and I found this Zoom R24, which is basically, you know, like the Tascam on steroids. It's still got the built-in condenser mics, so you can record with this right out of the box. It records straight to an SD card. Right now I have a 32 gig SD card that costs about $16, and I live right next door to a Best Buy, and I can pick up more of those. If I need to, a 32 gig SD card, you can do about 100 projects. I've got about 20 projects started on here. So I'm hoping to start a podcast with this, and a lot of people are using it for that purpose because you have so many inputs. You could have 8 microphones plugged in, or you can record a band. It's got XLR combined with 8 or 1/8 inch inputs. It's got a high impedance switch, it's got phantom power, it's got a built-in effects processor, a built-in sequencer and drum machine. So you can do a project from start to finish with this, and then I can download it right onto here and airdrop to my phone and make videos. So that's my current setup, and this was about $440, or they go for about $500. I got one on sale, and it's a little bit retro. The old school recording studios had 24 tracks, most of them. So 24 tracks is plenty for me and for most people, unless you get really complicated and you're recording an orchestra or something. I can basically use this as a field recorder, fits in a backpack really easily. So 24 tracks, portable, it's battery powered, it takes 6 AA batteries. I've got rechargeable batteries in right now. It's also got an adapter so you can plug it into an outlet, and it's been a lot of fun using the faders. I can ride faders and mix that way. It's got a mix down process where you can dump down onto this stereo track here, and then you can download onto Logic or any DAW that you're using. And I use this MIDI keyboard with Logic, and then I can dump stuff onto here if I need keyboards and something. So it's been a lot of fun, and that's my current setup. I have a good pair of headphones to monitor, and this is like a dream come true for its ease. This would have been such a great tool years ago. Use this as an interface to control DAW. So that's the Zoom R24. It's a portable 24-track recorder. So those 2 built-in condenser mics mean you can get a good stereo recording, good stereo field recording. So that's my plan eventually, is to get a podcast going and use this to record a bluegrass jam session, and then use it to make a podcast. So I'm planning on starting this bluegrass jam session in a couple of weeks. It's going to be every Tuesday night. So if you're interested, you can contact me on Facebook, and I'll send you my address on Messenger. The past couple of jam sessions I've had have been really awesome. Some really great musicians have showed up, so I'm hoping to get that going again. Publish it as a weekly podcast. I think that would be a fun project and pretty easy to do. One final thought, you can also use this actually just as a mixer. If you engage this, into red, and you didn't have any recording, you could set it up as you were recording, but it would actually act just like a mixer. So it's also another feature of this that I like. I like having a mixer. I sold a really nice Mackie 8-track mixer that I really regret. So this gives you that added function as well, having an actual mixer.